And now we get to the set data type within Python collection. So the big thing with a set data type, the real value here, is that you're not going to have any duplicates, right? So with lists, with dictionaries, with other basically of these collection data types, you can have duplicates, and there may be reasons why you don't want that. Imagine if you're scanning through, again, for something like email addresses out of a document. So you've got a document, every time you find an email address, you want to put it into a collection of some sort. Well, here's the thing, you don't want multiples of the same email address. You don't want bob@aol.com, sue@gmail.com, bob@aol.com, bob@aol.com, bob@aol.com. You don't want that value multiple times. That doesn't help you. You just want that value once. And so the nice thing with a set is if you try to put in a value that already exists within the set, basically it will not be added to the set. It will only be unique values. That's what makes sets useful. So if we take a look at this particular set, so we're going to create the set, and when we're creating the set, this is going to be squiggly brackets. So we've seen the squiggly brackets before with dictionaries. So dictionaries are a key value pair. With sets, you're just going to have the squiggly brackets, and then you're going to have whatever values, comma, so on and so forth. So again, you're not supposed to have duplicates within a set. So we have 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 4, comma 4, right? So this represents multiple of the exact same value. When we go to print out this set, we will see that it will only give us the value for 4 once, because you're only able to have a value in the set once, so you don't have those duplicates. Now, if you want to add a value to a set, you literally use the add method and then whatever that value is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, and we want to add 25 to the end of it. So when we go to print, again, we're going to see that 4 is only there once because we don't get duplicates within a set, and 25 has now been added to the end, and so that's using the add method. Now, if we want to discard a value from a set, for some reason, let's say we want to get rid of 2 here, we use the discard method, and then the value we want gone from the set, and so we're saying we want 2 to be gone, and so that will be gone. We print this out, and we now see that we get 1, 2 has been discarded, 3, and we have only 1 4. Now, as with other collections, you can use a for loop to iterate through a set. And again, this can be very valuable. Let's say you're pulling things like email addresses from the document, and then after you've pulled those email addresses, you want to be able to fire off an email to different people. Again, basically a big news blast, but you don't want folks to be receiving 20 of the exact same email. So what you're going to see here is when we do the for loop, again, these fors, there will only be 1 4. So if this was an email list and you're going to be shooting off emails, then basically it would only trigger to shoot an email 1 time for the 1 iteration that the email showed up. So we go here and we print out the for list, and we can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. We only get 4 once because you can only have something 1 time within a set, and that's what a for loop looks like with a set. Now, one of the interesting things that you can do with sets is basically you can change a list into a set and back to a list again. So let's say you have a list, and in that list you want to be able to sort, you want to be able to change things, you want all that fancy functionality. But the problem is you have a lot of duplicates in that list that you want to get rid of as fast as possible. Well, one of the ways that you can do that is simply by changing your list into a set using the set function. When you do that, all the values will be there, but all the duplicates will be removed, and then basically what you do is you then turn that set back into a list using the list function, and now you have a list and you've removed all of the duplicates in a rather quick and easy way. So we have the list as we've had before, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and so this is a list. We can sort this list, we can do all kinds of stuff with this list, right? But we've got these duplicates in there we want to get rid of. We're going to print out that list so we just see what it looks like. Again, the list has the square brackets. We're going to say unique set equals my list, but we're going to put that in the set function. So my list is now going to get turned into a set So all the duplicates will be removed because it's now a set, and we're going to print it out, and here we're going to see the parentheses around it, or the squiggly brackets around it, I'm sorry. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to do unique list equals, we take that unique set, we use the list method to turn it back into a list, and now we are going to be able to print out that list again. That's going to be the square brackets, and all of the duplicates have been removed. So this is one of those things that you can do in the Python world. By simply modifying the data types, you can actually get some interesting functionality. So if we go and we do this, again, we're going to print out. Initially, we have the list, again, within the square brackets, sortable, mutable, all that kind of stuff. We're going to turn it into a set, so all the duplicates have disappeared, but you see those curly brackets there, and then we turn it back into a list, so now we have a list that's sortable and the rest of it, but it's back within those square brackets, and so that is how you can very easily be able to remove duplicates from a list by simply changing the data types. So that's the basic idea with the set data type with collections in Python. The big thing is that you're not going to have duplicates, right? So you have the curly brackets, open and close with the curly brackets, you put the values in there, and this is going to be good for, again, if you're collecting things like email addresses, social security numbers, telephone numbers, that type of thing, you only need it once. You don't need the same email address 50 times within the data set that you're dealing with. So by using sets, it's a very efficient way to be able to clean up your data, at least to some degree. Again, as a programmer, one of the most important things to be thinking about is how can you clean up your data, because if that gets into the database, right, if you have basically collections that are going in the database, you have, 50 instances of the exact same email address, that type of thing, it can be hard to clean that up later. So cleaning it up before it goes into your database or into your data store, that can be a very useful utility, and that's one of the things that sets is going to do for you. And so with these collection data types, you're going to have to be thinking about what data type is best, list, dictionary, tuple, or set, and then you use that for what you need for your particular project.